This video is going to be a review on how to graph inequalities. So at this point in your work, this would be once you have already written and solved an inequality and now you have your final solution set that you are ready to graph. So we're going to do one of each type of inequality symbol. So you want to think of your variable, or in this case x, as your solution. So your solution is any number or x that is greater than 4 for this first problem. And you know that x is what's greater because that is the side that the inequality symbol is opening to. Remember, I like to think of it like an alligator eats what is greater. So x is greater in this situation because the little alligator mouth is eating it. So we want all numbers greater than 4. Now that does not include 4, but the way that we show this is by starting on 4 but not including it. So what I mean by that is if you have something like x is greater than 4, you're going to have an open circle on 4. We're not including it, we're just showing that that's where we're starting. Open circle on 4. And then we want every number that is greater than 4. So numbers that are greater than 4 are going to be to the right. Okay, so then we can draw our arrow to the right. It's all the numbers to the right of 4. That's supposed to be an arrow on the number line. So open circle to the right because it's all numbers greater than 4. Now, down here we have all numbers greater than or equal to. So that little bar on the bottom means that it can equal 4. So for this one, we are actually going to use, we're going to put our circle on 4, but that's going to be filled in because this time we can include 4 in our solutions because it can be equal to 4, then it can also be everything that is greater. Okay, so everything that's greater than or equal to 4. So the difference between these two is when it's equal to 4, you can shade it in because it's included. When it doesn't have the equal to bar, it has to be an open circle because technically 4 isn't included, it's just where we're starting. Now, next we have every number or x that is less than 4. So we're not including 4, we're just starting at 4. So I'm going to put our circle on 4. And because we want x to be, or our solution, which is x, to be less than 4, we're going to go, let me make sure that's an open circle. Since we want it to be less than 4, we want to go left. So now we're going to go to the left because this is all the numbers that are less than 4. It would be every single number to the left. That is our solution. And then for the last problem, we have that our solution is x is less than or equal to 4. So we need to put our dot on 4, but this time, since it can be equal to 4, we're going to shade it in because that 4 is included. And then everything less than 4 is going to be to the left because all these numbers are less than 4. So that's the direction we would want to go. Now, one more thing I want to show you. I'm just going to show you with like 1 or 2 examples, not all 4. These can mean the same thing depending on which side of the inequality sign the variable's on. So what I mean by that is x is less than, or x is greater than 4 is the same as saying 4 is less than x. Okay, these two inequalities are both shown on this number line because if you read it, x is still on the open side of the inequality. So x is still greater than 4. So those mean the same thing. And then again, just to show you again for this one, that would be like saying 4 is greater than x, right? X is still on the closed side of the inequality, okay? So 4 is greater than x is the same as x is less than 4. So just so you know, you can flip the inequalities like that as long as the inequality sign is flipped correctly as well. Okay, so that is your review on how to graph inequalities.